And we're back. My name's Charles, and I've been playing Honkai Style Rail pretty much since launch, and recently I decided that, on the lead up to 3.0, it might be fun to go back and replay the game all the way from the beginning, and see if anything about the new player experience has changed, and maybe get some idea once 3.0 launches what it's like for a player who started more recently than I. So without further ado, let's jump into this episode. In the last episode, we did some errands for Clara and gained her trust, and she led us to good old Svarog, whose trust we didn't gain, so we went with the backup plan of just beating the shit out of him. And after beating the shit out of him, he has agreed to share with us his secrets. So before talking to him, are there any NPCs around? No. For some reason I thought that I'd be able to go and talk to Dan and March and Bronya and Seele and so on, but they seem to have abandoned us. So let's just have a chat to Svarog.
I have finished collating the Stellaron data and records. Do you wish to proceed, outsiders?
Indeed we do.
Requesting database materials cache, serial number 13175. Encryption level highest. Request approved. Transmission.
This is the fruit of many years of research, Madam Guardian. The evidence is irrefutable. This so-called Stellaron is the source of all the destruction.
It's the cancer of all worlds.
The people will struggle to accept this conclusion, Doctor. If we were to tell them that the almighty Elisa Rand activated this thing and triggered the eternal freeze.
Oh wow, it was Elisa Rand's fault. I missed that the first time around.
It's the truth, madam. The truth won't change with the opinions of the people. The reports before you are the precious result of painstaking effort on the part of Belobog's greatest scholars. You must trust the weight of its conclusion.
So the Guardian just found the Stellaron and activated it and caused all of the problems.
I have never doubted you, Doctor. On the contrary, I am resolute in the face of this conclusion. From the moment I took up this mantle, that voice, their voice, has made its home in my mind. I shouldn't be telling you this. Let's return to your research, Doctor. I'm afraid I cannot make these reports known to the public, unless...
Unless what? Please, proceed, madam.
Unless you have found a way to completely destroy the Stellaron.
I understand. In the name of preservation, I will fulfill this mission.
Cache number 13175. Transmission complete. Next transmission. Cache number 24830.
Stardate 24830.
I don't understand, Doctor. Why do we have to hide such valuable research results away? They're the work of a lifetime.
You're still young, child. There will come a day when you do understand.
It's the passing of the research from one generation to the next.
The Supreme Guardian, she sees further than you or I. All her decisions are for the security of Belobog.
For the preservation.
I just think it's a shame. Our research has hit an obstacle. Meanwhile, your results will be buried in the snow.
Don't be upset, child. You still have lots of time ahead of you. When you find a way to destroy the Stellaron, our efforts will have been worth it.
Cache number 24830. Transmission complete. Next transmission. Cache number 57614.
This is... Why is there a robot here?
During his life, this was Dr. Mearsheimer's personal robot bodyguard. I heard it's a prototype from the Great War. Since the doctor and his assistants passed away, it's remained here. It hasn't moved an inch.
Oh, I see. Let's start. We must unearth the doctor's research conclusions. All of them.
Madam Guardian, I've found them. All the documents are here.
Good. That'll do.
Madam Guardian, what should we do with the robot?
It would seem a great waste to destroy it. Find someone to reset its system, and then arrange for it to be sent to the underworld. I hear that the development group is in need of a robot with defense capabilities.
Yes, madam.
I'm sorry, Doctor. But these results must be taken care of by the architects. One day, somebody will be able to carry out your behest.
Cache number 57614. Transmission complete. Concluding data transmission.
So, the truth is clear now, right?
I'm sorry, Bronya. They were looking for a way to destroy the Stellaron.
And it would appear that they never succeeded. Now only one question remains. Why would Kokolia exhibit such a sudden change in her attitude towards us?
Bronya? Are you okay? I'm fine. I feel a little faint.
This must be a lot to take in for you.
Why? Why, Mother? Maybe she wasn't aware. Maybe she...
I'm sorry. It's no use lying to yourself, Bronya. It's time for you to make a decision.
Hey, can I have a word with you? I know that we'll need time to process this new information, but we have to decide on our next plan as soon as possible.
Okay, let's have a little bit of a chat to everyone.
Mr. Svarog, are you okay? Let me repair your language module first.
Assessing. Language module operating as normal. Thank you, Clara.
Did your memory module get damaged? Maybe I can fix that too.
Retrieving memory module. Architect machine error records intact. War of Defense combat data intact. Geomero Development Group error records intact. Record of Clara's crafting of miniature magnetic drill rigs intact. Record of Clara's explanation of human sleeping in behavior intact.
So your memory module is okay?
I have made a backup of all records pertaining to you, Clara. Do not worry.
Aww.
Even the one about sleeping in?
There are multiple backups. I can recover them at any time.
Mr. Svarog, can I delete some of them?
I cannot grant this request. Records pertaining to you constitute important data, Clara. They must remain intact. They are memories of family.
That's so sweet.
I understand. Mr. Svarog, I still want to help you check a few other modules. Turn around a little.
Just the little things, the robot and the little girl. It's just such a sweet little thing there.
At daybreak, the Guardian shall be a glittering star, illuminating the people's path. At nightfall, the Guardian shall be a flickering flame, comforting the people's soul. Ah, so many years. Have I been following lies this whole time?
This is why cults of personality are a bad idea.
Hey, maybe you should find someone to talk to. Don't let it get you down. You can share your feelings with others, you know? Do you think keeping it all to yourself is doing you any good? You let that status of yours go to your head, huh? Afraid to show weakness? That's why you're keeping so much bottled up inside, right? This isn't the overworld. I don't do envy and etiquette down here. Whatever's on your mind, you can say it.
I just want to be clear in myself first. These fragments of history, the teachings I studied, it's all muddled together in my mind. I don't know what I should believe.
No, you just have to be clear on what you should do. You've spent long enough living in lies, Bronya. This is your chance to break out of the cage.
Listen to her. I think she's actually giving good advice, as, as blunt as Zilla always is.
How's it going, partner? Is that feeling in your chest the thrill of victory, or just the joy of making it out alive?
Or is it just the urge to slap you in the face?
I know your heart is bursting with gratitude, but there's no need to thank me. We have what I'd like to call a fiscal friendship. If the money's right, not a problem in sight.
See, the problem with that is I haven't paid you a cent. When did you call in for reinforcements?
I knew that you'd get yourselves into trouble eventually, so I got Oleg to send relief in advance. Pretty sensible, right?
I'm asking why you went behind our backs. Nice work, you saved us.
Pleasure. Friends should look out for each other. Good for business. Here's a slice of life experience for you. Resourceful businessmen never get into risky trading without a plan B. And a plan B for their plan B. Plan C, we call that.
Oh, thank you. I wouldn't have got that bit. You seem to enjoy muddying the waters.
Hey now, you got me all wrong. I just enjoy watching people fight. That's all. Fierce words, fists flying. What's not to like?
Thank you, Sampo.
There. Don't get mushy on me now. We professional types don't have time for thank yous. It's business. Feelings don't come into it.
See, Sampo, you never really know his
You
motives.
see? Gotcha! Seriously though, Sampo will always be happy to assist you.
Like, you get the feeling that he wants to be on the side of right, but he's Sampo. Okay, Nat, gotta talk to you now.
The furnace core. The path to the surface is close at hand now. Thank you. What you've done has brought new hope to the underworld. Now, we have to wait and see. But maybe this will lead to a new lease on life.
Fingers crossed. Your support came at the right moment. Thank you. When did doctors start carrying weapons around?
Well, you should really be thanking Sampo. If it weren't for his intel, we wouldn't have made it in time. As Wildfire's leader, I couldn't simply look on while you fought on our behalf. We had to come help.
Oops, just dropping that in the middle of a conversation.
Huh? So you're the real chief? What about Oleg?
Oleg has always acted on my behalf. He helps me deal with all manner of problems in the underworld. Thanks to him, I'm able to make time for the people. I do my best to make sure that they have everything they need. At the same time, I was formulating a plan to deal with Svarog. Your arrival unraveled that carefully crafted yet rudimentary plan. And for that, you have my utmost thanks.
Natasha just immediately joins the list of people you probably should not fuck with. You're welcome. All in a day's work for a hero. This is one of those ones where I don't really like any of them, but I'll go with the bravado.
When the underworld recovers its freedom, the people will indeed extol you as heroes. However, even though Svarog is no longer sealing off the furnace core, there's no way that we undergrounders could go pouring onto the surface.
Wait, so Svarog was what was preventing people going for the surface? I thought it was Cocolia.
Cold-blooded Supreme Guardian has used lies and tricks to keep the surface separated from the underground. If she detects any change in the underworld, I don't know what she might resort to. As for Wildfire, we need more time to build up our strength.
With things as they are, you want to take a back seat?
No, but we need to wait for the opportune moment. In the meantime, I'm sending someone I trust to go with you.
Is it Hook? Is it Hook?
Seele.
Ah, damn.
Didn't she tell you? In private, she insisted on accompanying you.
I bet she didn't just say I'm accompanying Bronya.
Don't let her carefree nature fool you. She's actually very discerning and can read a situation like no one else. Seele is a talented scout and a quick thinker. She takes decisive action. She'll definitely be able to help you. Not to mention, you also have Bronya now.
Well, technically I don't have either of them because I haven't pulled Bronya and Seele is never getting a rerun. Bronya got a big shock.
You're right. But with Seele by her side, I know she'll recover. Hey, when's the last time you got some rest? I heard that you've been on your feet looking for Svarog since Rivet Town. Health is everything. You won't be much use if you neglect yours. Let Wildfire take care of the furnace core for now. You head back and recuperate. If you're lucky, perhaps tomorrow you can return to the overworld.
Oh, I got another copy of Seriousness of Breakfast. That's nice. And I've got another Eidolon for my main character. And I think I just need to go over everything with the group, and I get through Not Good with Farewells, which is the quest that is blocking me from proceeding any further in, you know, leveling and various other side quests and so on. So let's just grab this treasure because it's been taunting me in the background for quite a while now. And let's make our way back to Boulder Town. And yes, I'm going the long way because, you know, sometimes fast travel just feels like a cheat. I could have sworn there was a gate here. Oh well. Actually, is there a gate here? Is this a gate? Yeah, there's a gate here. No, there is no gate here. I was wrong. Okay. It's me being geographically challenged. So I guess we'll go the cheaty way back, if you insist. Oh. Side quest. Let's not.
Equilibrium. The universe
air
should be in equilibrium.
The air seems to heat up suddenly, and a sticky wind grips onto your ankles, leaving you feeling intuitively uncomfortable. Equilibrium, mutters a low, emotionless voice. Another whisper echoed as if in symphony. The universe should be in equilibrium. Am I dreaming again?
The of the equilibrium are giving you a trial. For the equilibrium of all worlds, you must demonstrate your strength. The strong will be given greater opportunities. The weak a chance to breathe. Passing the trial will prove that your strength has shaken the scales of power. Worlds will change, and thus equilibrium. You will encounter stronger enemies, harder puzzles, and greater rewards.
I think explaining this in-game is a mistake. It's like, here's a game mechanic, but now we've got a really spooky voice, like, breaking all kinds of narrative guidelines to say it to you directly. I think they could have just said, here is a mechanic, and not had the spooky voice.
Equilibrium. You will go on to face yet more trials.
Please explain in the human language. Is this the so-called dynamic difficulty? Can I refuse this trial? Get to the point. What are the rewards? This is all just mysterious voice explaining a game mechanic that I think we all understand, so for once I'm just going to skip this.
Equilibrium. It is for this that all worlds change.
We get to raise our equilibrium level. So we have finished. Actually, we'll go here and...
Well, now that we're done with that whole situation in the underworld, we can finally look for the Stellaron. But thinking about it, I I feel a bit bad about Clara. We promised her that our talks with Svarog would go peacefully.
Me too. The Clara Appreciation Society is not going to be happy with us. Svarog attacked first. Sorry I wasn't able to persuade Svarog.
You tried your best. Don't blame yourself. I should have considered such a situation in advance. And it was Svarog who attacked first. We didn't have any other choice.
I didn't mean for you guys to start beating yourselves up over it. Look on the
It's okay, March.
Things turned out alright, didn't they? Now everyone knows that the real problem here is the Stellaron, and they're willing to help us out.
It's all uphill from here.
The mission is going super smoothly.
I wouldn't necessarily go that
A
far.
lot left to figure out. For instance,
Who is Sampo? Why does Cocolia have it in for us? Where is the Stellaron?
exactly. There must be a reason for this sudden change in her attitude.
Well, I kind of know because I've been hearing things in my sleep.
We still don't have the coordinates and location of the Stellaron. We still haven't put all of the pieces together.
Actually, I've been having some dreams.
Dreams?
Oh, I remember you mentioned something about strange dreams before.
Telling Dan Hung on March 7th about the voices you heard in your recent dreams.
All 3 dreams were the same, with Cocolia and that other voice.
It would be weird to call it a coincidence.
I'm wondering if these dreams aren't just random, if there is some meaning behind them. Maybe you're having them because...
I'm the main character.
Because of the Stellaron inside him?
That's my hunch, but I have no proof.
Well, then that's as good as nothing for now. So, what should we do when we get back above ground? After all this talk, we're still back at square one.
We solve a puzzle one piece at a time. Let's get some rest. We'll talk to Wildfire tomorrow and get to the bottom of this. Also, there's still one more key character we haven't talked to yet. Her connection to Cocolia may be the key to cracking this mystery.
Okay. I'm just gonna finish the Not Good with Farewells quest. Ah, you're back. How did it go? Are you tired? How did Oleg treat you? I'm not gonna try her accent. He was nice to us. My legs are so sore after running around the whole day. With great power comes great responsibility. Well, you must be exhausted after running around the whole day. I just said that. Take a rest in your room. I'll bring the food over when it's ready. You are very nice. Ha, you're welcome. We're all friends now that you're staying in Goethe Grand Hotel. Oh, I almost forgot. How did you find the bed and pillow? And what about the room temperature? Is the Geomaro furnace working fine? If you need anything, please let me know. I filled out a service rating card. Really, that's great. I didn't expect a busy bee like you to have the time. Thanks a lot, really. I'll take that then. Thanks loads, Carlfish. Your opinion is highly regarded, and your feedback will definitely help improve the quality of the service in this boutique hotel. Oh yeah, go ahead and have these, and I won't take no for an answer. They're just a few small things that have been building up around here, and I haven't been able to give them away. Hope to see you next time. Praise of high morals and a recipe. Oh, and some other things. A shield. Thank you, Gertie.
Come right on in and take a seat.
Yo, have you finished your work today? I just made a pot of mushroom soup. Take a break first and come try it later. Oh, mushroom soup sounds nice. Can we talk? Sure, I'm not too busy right now. What dishes would you recommend? Dishes. Check the food review book on the wardrobe and see what interests you. They are all my masterpieces. Well, basically everything. Candied mushrooms with pepper? No, I'm not having rat jelly, sorry. Iron pot braised olm? Wild herb soup? Oh, it's a cold dish as an appetizer. Can you eat spicy food? I use hammer pepper powder to enhance the flavor. Don't try this if you can't take spicy. I should probably ask about the rat jelly, but I'm too scared. That's all for now. The rest of the dishes don't come out very nice. I'm still working on them. I'm so sorry. Can you tell me about the Goethe Hotel in Overworld? Sure, let me think. What should I begin with? I'll start with the Goethe family. After all, both hotels are our family business. It is said that our family was already here before the Eternal Freeze. We had a good relationship with Elisa Rand, the Supreme Guardian. Our family used to be very influential. Have you heard of the Landau family? I guess we were similar to what they are today. Wow, a prestigious family. Thanks, it's all in the past. It's not worth mentioning. After that, several scoundrels in the family lost all of our wealth. Fortunately, later on, someone revived our family business and they opened a hotel in the underworld. I didn't know it had such a long history. Then why is there another one in the overworld? Be patient, I was about to talk about that. As our hotel's business grew, some people wanted to expand the business to the overworld. That Goethe must be very talented to be able to buy a shop in the busiest area of the administrative district. That's how the Goethe Hotel in the overworld was started. However, our family was divided ever since then, and now there are two separate branches in the overworld and underworld. Do you know old Goethe from the overworld? Of course! Although our family was divided, we do keep in touch. We hold family gatherings during festivals such as the Soulwarm Festival. How do you do that if you can't get between the two? As for the old Goethe you mentioned, according to seniority, we are actually the same generation. But we haven't been able to get together since the overworld and underworld were blocked. It's been many years. I keep forgetting how long it's been. I keep thinking it's been like centuries, and it's actually only been decades. Or a decade, I'm not sure. Is this hotel under the administration of Wildfire? What do you think Wildfire is? Wildfire is just a peacekeeping organization started by people in the underground after the withdrawal of the Silvermane Guards. If there is a relationship between us, I would probably say they are our guests. The people who join Wildfire are all kind-hearted good folk. Oleg wouldn't let any lazy good-for-nothings join. I have a nephew who works for Wildfire. He says they are really busy every day. Speaking of which, Oleg is also our regular customer. Iron pot braised olm, our signature dish, is his favourite. You should try it. Do you usually have a lot of guests? Many people come here for our food, but not many people stay in our hotel. After all, most of our guests are from Boulder Town. People who gather here after work to chill and chat with each other. It's pretty lively. I'm the owner and also the chef of the hotel. Many people come here because of my cooking. She's so proud of her food. You outsiders are certainly very well travelled. Let me know if you have any preferences for food. Maybe I can also learn something from you. That's all.
Come right on in.
Okay, I will stop beating around the bush and I will finish the quest.
I've heard from Wildfire that you helped resolve that whole situation with Svarog. Amazing. It must have been exhausting. Please have some food and get a good night's rest.
Yeah, I did a good job not attempting that accent. I suppose it would be good to get some sleep. And I'm back in the hotel room. There's nothing sparkling, there's nothing glowing, there's just a bed. A wave of tiredness comes over you, reminding you that you haven't rested in a long time. Even the most terrible dream won't wake you up this time.
Over there. See that? That used to be the worst street in Rivet Town. And it's also where I grew up. My friends and I used to wander those streets, thinking about where to find our next meal. That is, until Chief Oleg got me out and took me to the orphanage. There, I learned to read and write from Natasha. At the age of 10, I started to patrol the mines with Oleg, occasionally getting into fights with the local thugs.
That sounds nice.
Nice? You being sarcastic with me?
Oh, no, sorry. Life in the underworld is difficult. I shouldn't be speaking about it so lightly.
You're always so serious. It really gets on people's nerves sometimes, you know?
Right. What I meant was... I kind of envy you, Zila. For as long as I can remember, my days have been an endless cycle of studying, etiquette lessons, and train every day. All I hear is, Remember who you are, Bronya. This is against the Architect's admonishments, Bronya. Ladies shouldn't use such foul language, Bronya. Some may envy this kind of life, but I have felt trapped. When every choice and every goal has already been made for you. You probably can't imagine how that feels.
No, I can't. But more importantly, what kind of foul language were you using?
See, this is the point at which everyone is like, these two were just pushed together way too quickly and it was rushed. But it's such a trope. Like the whole, the two characters who fight all the time, get a thing for each other. It's, it's just one of those classic tropes. And one of the things about the storytelling format in Honkai Star Rail is they don't actually have that much time to tell these stories on top of everything else they're trying to tell. So all the time when people are saying, this was forced, it was done too quickly, like the first thing I think is, well, would it really have worked if we, was there actually room to spread this out over another dozen patches? Probably not. What else would we have done with this story if we didn't compress it into this particular time? So, I think given the constraints of the medium, I like this. I also, like the Firefly story as well that comes later. And I don't really have much time for that kind of criticism.
In the name of the Architects, I shall stick this spear into your nostril.
That's it? Oh, that's nothing. Looks like I'll have to teach you some underworld slang before you go back.
No, that won't be necessary.
It'll be better than poking people's nostrils, at least. I never thought that I'd be here having a heart-to-heart with the future Guardian. As a kid, I didn't meet many people who lived in the overworld. I only heard stories from the grown-ups and figured you were all just a bunch of cold snobs.
I've heard from some Silvermane veterans that before the orders were made to seal off the underworld from the overworld, there was no difference between the two places. Everybody ate the same food, chatted about the same topics, celebrated the same festivals. Even though times are different now, things like the joys and sorrows of life, the ties between people, these precious things must certainly still connect us all. If there is a way to bridge the gap between the two worlds, we can definitely go back to the time when you and I were not divided, when we could stand side by side against the Eternal Freeze and the Fragmentum.
And also they're being symbolic of the separation between these two worlds and the healing of that separation.
I'm not like you. I don't have that many grand plans for the future. But if that's the future you want, I'm willing to build this bridge with you.
Thank you, Seele. Your trust is very important to me.
Speaking of which, what are you going to do next?
That little blush and look away.
Must have made quite an impact, huh?
Yes. I thought I was prepared for anything, but as long as I am the Guardian's successor, those truths will come out sooner or later. But why does my mother hide it from me, and why does she want me to hunt down the outsiders who know about the nature of the Stellaron? It doesn't make sense. I thought it over. There's only one thing I can do. Go ask her directly.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Hold on. You're not really going, are you? Alone? You can't. This plan is...
I've already thought it through, Seele. I am Madame Cocolia's daughter. That will never change. Be it my duties as her heir or as a Silvermane guard, I must face my problems head-on. Even if...
Bronya.
This is for you, Seele. Please help me pass it on to the outsiders. If I am unable to see you again, they'll know what to do.
I just felt like pausing a moment there and listening to the music, because it's just so nice.
Okay, I understand. You've made up your mind, and there's nothing I can say that will change it. But remember this. If you run into trouble, I will come to save you, no matter what.
Then I'll be waiting for you.
Aww.
So, did you come to this spot when you were a child?
Of course. I just didn't appreciate how nice it was at the time. Very nice.
I should go meet up with March and Danhong.
So did I just dream that, or did it just happen off screen, I mean? Because if I just dreamt that, I felt kind of voyeuristic. So what does March and Dan have to say?
Took you long enough, sleepyhead. We've been waiting all day. I've noticed that our sleep routines don't match up. You either keep getting up in the middle of the night or snoozing away until the day's almost out. Unacceptable. You gotta work on your teamwork.
Maybe you should be sleeping the same time I sleep.
Did you have a dream again last night?
Maybe I'll just pretend I didn't.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. It feels like I had a dream, but I can't remember anything about it.
Well then, let's go find Wildfire to discuss our next move and see if they have any new discoveries.
Let's go! I can't wait to finally get back above ground!
Oh wow, so I'm going through to the end of Not Good with Farewells before I do anything else, and I keep... Oh, what's in here? Mailbox. The mailbox is tucked away in the corner, trying not to be noticed. Better not disturb it. You get the sense that even the most sociable person would need some personal space, let alone a mailbox. So yeah, I think this one ends when we actually get back to the surface, but I could be wrong, but it looks like I'm right. So here we go, Seele and Sampo are coming with us.
Look who's here.
It's us, hello!
It's the Bane of Svarog, the big hero of the underworld.
Ding ding ding!
And the other big heroes, Danhong and March 7th.
Were those lines rehearsed?
Where's Natasha? Is she here?
Yeah, where's your boss? Now we know she's your boss.
She has a bunch of other things to attend to, so I hope you don't mind talking to this old man instead. I speak on behalf of Natasha.
Even though your lips do not move.
By the way, sorry for keeping that whole thing about her being the actual leader of Wildfire a secret.
Whatever happened to trust? Not seeing an apology here. It doesn't matter.
I'm glad you don't mind. Natasha is always cautious, but she has no ill intent, as you surely have noticed. She told me to make sure you return to the overworld safely. I gave it some thought, and I think the safest way is to ask this fella for help.
I brought you down. I can take you back up. Free of charge. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, anyone could have worked out that he has a clear line between the two that he's just not telling anyone about.
There's no need to knock us out this time, right?
Of course not. This time, we'll go back through the furnace core.
Just tell us the path you used before.
That would be problematic and dangerous. Trust me, we should go through the furnace core.
Problematic and dangerous is my middle name.
Enough chatter. Just be a good guide.
Hold on. What about Bronya? Why isn't she here?
She already went back. As you know, she has some things to settle with the Supreme Guardian.
Okay, so now the Supreme Guardian knows we're coming.
What? She just ditched us and went back? How could you let her?
She's not going to help us.
It's not like that. She just has many responsibilities to bear. I don't completely understand. I trust that she's trying to solve the problem.
You've so changed your tune about Bronya.
Oh, right. Bronya told me to give you this.
She left us a letter. Could this be one of those open in case of emergency letters? I've never gotten one of those before. Should we wait until we run into something dangerous?
Stop overthinking and just open it.
Cullfish, March, Danhung. By the time you read this letter, I should have returned to the overworld and be on my way to see Mother. I apologize for not telling you of my plan. I was afraid that you would strongly object, which might sway my resolve. Madame Kokolia raised me up, and I will never be able to repay her kindness. She taught me countless life lessons and virtues, as well as how to defend Belobog and its people. Even though she has lately made certain decisions that puzzle me, I can't let go of all the precious memories I have with her. I must communicate my point of view and thoughts to her honestly, and seek to arrive at a mutual understanding with her. This is my goal as a daughter, but also my duty as a Silvermane guard. But I'm aware of the risks I might face on this journey, so if I fail to win my mother's approval, or if something happens to me, please forward this letter to the Landau siblings and ask for their help. Saval and Japard are honourable people with enormous power in Belobog, and I have complete faith in them. I'm sure they will unreservedly help you in your search for the Stellaron once they see my seal and handwriting. Bronya Rand.
Brother and sister Landau? I know the brother must refer to Japard, but who could the sister be?
Hint, she's been in our party all this time.
Oh, Serval! So she's Japard's older sister.
I hope nothing happens to Bronya.
She gave it some good thought. But whatever's going on in that Supreme Guardian's head, even Bronya might have trouble understanding. Sampo, do you know the Landau siblings?
Sampo knows everyone.
Landau? Yeah, we're all friends. I've mostly dealt with the younger brother in the past, but the sister? She's much scarier. Today's supposed to be a day of celebration, so let's not talk about it right now. We can set out at any time. Just come find me when you're ready.
And Trailblaze Guide. Clearing calyxes and experiencing the simulated universe and other game modes raise your Trailblaze level. Once your Trailblaze level is high enough, the Equilibrium trial will become unlocked. You can complete the trial to raise your Equilibrium level. We have a summon. That's all the I see. All the side quests that were waiting for me to finish that have opened up, and I will deal with them at a later date. But first, let us confront Equilibrium.
As it seems.
So, do I do this with Natasha in the team and just heal, or do I try this with March? I think I'm just going to try this with the team I already have, because that would be kind of funny. So let's make our way to the Trial of Equilibrium. And that's a pair of robots that we will work our way around sideways and try this. We are definitely level 29. A trial from the Arbitrator for Equilibrium. So let's take the semi-default team here. And we have a blaze out of space up this side. We shall use
Huh.
Saval's technique on you.
Move
Once again, we will take. Dan can take out the ads first,
Let's go.
or at least one of the ads. So this should take out the second ad. Okay, and the first ad sitting on the corner. And we probably want March to shield someone, so let's just use the normal attack here. March can shield Saval because she's got the fewest hit points.
Try that again!
Oh no, I just made an assumption as to what the enemy was going to be, and it wasn't. This is in fact a searing prowler. A machine unit prowling in the fragmentum. Undoubtedly, this monstrosity is not a human creation, but one that was born out of the preservation of the fragmentum. Searing prowler's attacks will deal extra damage against enemies afflicted with burn. So let's kill you first, and let's use your ultimate against this guy, even though it's not optimal.
It's better vision.
And now hopefully... Okay, we don't have any skill points, so just knock that up. You also don't have any skill points. Let's recover a couple of skill points and use your ultimate.
Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all.
And we can shield Trailblazer as well. And hopefully we can freeze you, because that will make life a lot easier for me.
Good move.
Nope, resisted.
You can't run!
But now we've frozen you. We'll use up your skill point. We have slowed you, but we're not going to get your ultimate in time. We will, however, get your ultimate.
Rules are made to be broken!
Take a good chunk of your remaining health out.
Crowd today.
You're still shielded, so we can... So your shields are both good. We'll use your skill.
The volume.
My turn.
Just shoot you while you're still frozen. You're slowed, so let's do a bit more damage. You will recover from being frozen, which will give us another round of attacks. Which should hopefully give us leeway to kill you.
Just for you.
Yeah, this will be a good final shot. And there we go. So we've killed the first one. Let's try the second one. So... Yeah, okay, this one is the freezy guy. Yeah, I could probably take a consumable just to make this even easier for myself. Let's give myself a whole big attack buff. Okay, and also defense buff? Yeah, why not? So that's given us an attack and defense buff going into this battle. I never use consumables, but this time I shall. Okay, so you are ice out of space. A strange being that does not belong to this world. Nurtured in the fragmentum brought by the Stellaron, it feeds upon this world's root structures to obtain energy. Its armor reflects the gloomy and profound starry sky. I think I have read that one before. But okay, let's... Okay, you're green vulnerable, so it's a little too hard to resist. And also I did slow you, which means I get Dan Hung's buff on his ultimate damage.
This sanctuary is but a vision!
Which does a really big chunk of your health. Means I can... Yeah. So I don't have the ability to freeze you, so I'll mostly kill you. If I do blast damage, then I don't get to shield anyone. But I do get to kill you, which might be a nice trade-off. I'll just kill you. Ah, no, I could have done your ult anyway, so I should have done that to somebody else, but that's okay.
My music conquers all.
Such a great guitar. And so,
running into me.
March, you can shield
While I give you a present.
Saval again, who's got heaps more hit points than she did before. And you're going to attack the wrong person, because of course you are.
Try that again.
And you're ice resistant anyway. So we have a skill point. We'll kill you. You'll recover a skill point for March. March will shield
With
the main character.
How can we lose?
Then we'll just do a... Yeah, bad skill point management, but okay.
You can't run. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome.
It's almost a complete waste of time. It's not going to do any damage, and he's freeze resistant. But
Try that again.
you wake up. Aha, I can at least use your ultimate, even though it's out of turn.
Rules are made to be broken!
And with that, we have finished the Trial of Equilibrium. No healer necessary.
The worlds are already changing, for equilibrium reigns supreme. Rest assured, the trial of the equilibrium will find you.
As its voice falls, everything returns to normal. We have one more technique point. We have team building options. We have an achievement. We have some rewards. Most importantly, oh, we have a calyx. It's a calyx again, but it seems to be slightly different from what I've seen before. I'd better send another message to Mr. Yang. Found another calyx! Yes, remember I mentioned that there are many different kinds of calyxes, and the reality data stored in them may vary. Remember to be thoroughly prepared before you make physical contact with them. It's not gonna be worth it if you get yourself hurt out of avarice. Gonna doesn't sound like a well thing to say, but I'll accept it. He would definitely say going to. Open the IPC guide. Aha! We have some more rewards. To finish this page, we need to do Forgotten Hall, so I assume that's going to be appearing soon. But now, trace materials. Why do we have... Oh, because we have Gallagher. Wait up. But Gallagher is... abundance, so why do we have temporary acts? Oh, because it's not based on characters you have, it's based on who's on the banner, and right now Aventurine and Acheron are on the banners, so we have temporary access to Aventurine and Acheron materials. That makes sense. So we have Bud of Harmony. What we're going to do now, given that we are almost reaching the hour mark, and what remains is mostly housekeeping as I level characters up and prepare them to be in the next Equilibrium, let's teleport back and talk to Pom-Pom. There's one thing, we skipped from level 20 to level 28, so we have a lot of rewards waiting for us. From Pom-Pom we have Some ether, some trace materials, more trace materials, a ticket, lots of fuel, which I will not be spending for a while because I want to wait until I have access to better relics. We have some purple relics for our healer, which will be nice. Outgoing healing boost on the chest. That's nice. And just more generally useful stuff. A whole bunch of Stellar Jade. And thank you, Pom Pom. We also have a gift. Yeah, well, we have access to a whole bunch of legacy stuff that I will get to soon. A lot of Stellar Jades just waiting for new players as you go through all of these old missions, which is a nice way to catch up if you're starting the game late. You can just run through all of these and get a whole bunch of rewards pretty much straight out of the gate. I mean, obviously you have to reach a certain point in the main story, but it's pretty easy to speedrun the main story if you just want to go straight for the rewards. But what I'm interested in here is we have 1 day and 18 hours to go all the way up to the end of the Rapper quests and get this, which is probably unlikely, but we do have good old Trailblazing Will. Will has been waiting very patiently for us to reach this milestone and give us another 10 standard pulls and 800 Stellar Jades, which we won't use yet. But with those 10 extra standard pulls, if we make our way onto the balcony overlooking the Astral Express, let's use those on the standard banner as they were intended. We have almost 30 pulls, not quite, we have 28, but that does mean we got 2 10 pulls to be thoroughly disappointed by as a way of rounding out this episode. So without further ado, let's jump into 10 pull number 1. Oh wow, okay. Sometimes you do get lucky. Pretty sure I was nowhere near pity. So who have I got? Fingers crossed it's someone who doesn't suck. And it's Clara! Oh, yay! Clara is such a good find early in the game. She's such a powerful character. She's great against everything except for Trotters. She's really bad against Warp Trotters, great against everything else. And copy of Meshing Cogs. I've actually gone this far without a copy of Meshing Cogs, which is the best 3-star light cone. Ah. And I even get her on a light cone too. That's nice. Righto, well, so where was I? So I've done... Yeah, that was my second 10 pull on the standard banner, so that was ridiculously lucky. So obviously not going to repeat that luck twice in a row, am I? I thought I could taunt it, but sadly, no. And we have light cone, light cone, light cone, light cone, light cone, light cone, light cone. Another copy of March. Given the amount I've been using March, and I'm probably going to try and keep using March whenever I can, because it's always fun to play the canonical characters in the quests. So it's nice just to have another copy of her. This is just not me. This is me absolutely not coping that I didn't get a better character. I'm totally happy getting March here. I am not coping at all. And finally, We have 8 tickets. We did not get 2 more characters. If we got 2 more characters, I'd have been able to level them up quickly and bring that up to 10, but we only got 1 new character. So sadly that means that I don't have a third 10 pull today. And I am now going to sign off from making this video and go and do all of the boring menu diving necessary to make use of all the rewards I got and bring Clara up to a level where I might actually be able to use her in the future. So thanks for sticking around. Next episode we go back to the surface and we find out what's been happening in Belobog in our absence and where we can go to find the Stellaron. Thanks very much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.